Okay, here we go with another episode of the Sloth Doctors. Actually, the very last episode of the Sloth Doctors. I am Dr. Chip.
I am Dr. Bob.
And today as a guest we have Jamie Woods, famous for so many things. I can't even list them. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Jamie.
You know what I'm famous for? The gigolo job that I have. That's no.
Wait till Ruth finds out.
She's
going to cut you off.
No, musician, former broadcaster myself. Right. That was my major in college, was radio broadcasting. But limo driver to the stars, and did I say musician already, or did I leave that out?
I got to tell you, this guy is the hardest working musician in South Florida. This guy does not mess around. They work all the time. There's no, I've accused Scott Craig of being too high energy. This guy's got nothing on Scott Craig. They do occasionally play a ballad. I've heard you play Purple Rain.
Yeah, he's Purple Rain, Wonderful
Rain,
Tonight.
Maybe one or two other ballads.
Yeah, you bet.
But man, this guy, and do you feel comfortable telling everybody how old you are?
Yeah, I just turned 32, so it's a good thing that.
It kind of looks like that, doesn't it?
No, actually, I was born on 4th of July. I'm 69. 4th of July, I'll turn 70.
No shit.
Yeah,
dude.
man.
And he fucking does jumping jacks and shit the whole show.
Work out all the time.
I get tired watching him.
Hey, I just got back from a motorcycle trip in Switzerland.
We're going to link that in the description of the podcast, so everybody will be able to check you out.
Okay.
Riding around in motorcycle. I'm jealous as crap of that shit, man.
The link, and so with a note saying this is our guest. And when I checked it out, my first thought was, "Oh, so you're a motorcycle guy?" And he's like, "No, he's a musician," and listed a bunch of other attributes.
Well, he's a motorcycle guy too.
Just a regular guy,
But are we all? Who is a motorcycle guy? Anyway.
Absolutely.
But yeah. So anyway, in the spirit of the Love Doctors, let's get on with the news nuggets.
Yeah, I've dug up a couple of odd little stories, things that have popped up interesting on YouTube and whatnot, and in the news. So I follow this Michigan lawyer named Steve Leto. He's got a great channel called Leto's Law. And just recently I saw a pretty good story, and I've seen it in other places too. And that story happens in California, but apparently a Waymo car was attempted to be ticketed for evading a DUI checkpoint by making an illegal U-turn.
I saw this.
Now, the California cop and again, the story doesn't even explain how they managed to get the car to stop. But apparently there was nowhere on his citation spot to check for no driver. There's clearly, because there was no passenger in the car either. So,
there
was wondering if the U-turn itself is not illegal, but it's just because it's the evasion of the DUI. If that's what makes it a crime, if there's nobody in the car who can exhale, then how can they be evading a DUI checkpoint?
Brilliant. I saw something about it, but I thought
and I've been saying this ever since Musk first started talking about full self-driving. There will never be full self-driving cars. It'll never happen. And the reason it'll never happen is because of the money. There's no one's going to insure. Who's going to insure it?
Well,
what
that's
happens
the thing.
when something does go wrong?
Yeah.
No auto manufacturer is going to assume the liability for that.
It's got to be all or nothing.
If it's doing it on its own, it's not the driver's fault. So who pays?
Right. Then you can't have self-driving unless everything's self-driving or nothing self-driving. You can't have half the people driving around like morons and half the cars self-driving.
Exactly.
It's not going to work. You can't do that.
Exactly. Even if the self-driving was perfect, which it's far from.
Yeah, which we're not. So something's going to happen, right? It's crazy. Right. It's crazy. I thought about that because the Teslas you can buy now, you can put it like Joe Rogan says he gets drunk at his club and puts it on, just auto.
Yeah.
But we've seen tests that if you're not careful, they'll run over a pedestrian. And it doesn't even stop. It truthfully, the test, it shows a run over like this fake pedestrian. It kind of slows down like, oh shit, and then speeds off. And it's a Tesla. And it's like, how are they going to, who are they going to charge for that?
That's emulating the real driver, though. They'll run over somebody, and then, did I run over somebody? Let's keep going.
Yes, but who knows how it makes that kind of decision? But yeah, who are you going to charge for that kind of stuff? You're kind of good luck. And it's like, if I have a car that self-drives, I'm not paying for insurance.
Well, that's right. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not taking a ticket. I wasn't driving. I didn't do nothing wrong. I'm just sitting here. Yeah, the whole thing is so
Our next
crazy.
little tidbit, it comes out of Michigan, where the Steve Leto is out of. Not this, even though the Waymo thing was in California. Some jury in Michigan just convicted a veterinarian for not returning the client's dog because the client was a homeless man. And the vet took it upon themselves to just keep the dog because the guy clearly couldn't take care of the dog. But how woke is it? I mean, who's in the wrong in this situation?
Yeah,
Are they not
why.
supposed to look out for the welfare of the dog?
That's a tough one. Well,
Should homeless people be allowed to have pets?
Well, even bigger glaring discrepancy is, won't somebody take care of the guy?
Well,
Are we more worried about the dog?
Is the dog considered personal property? I mean,
but I mean, are we really more concerned with the dog than the guy that's actually homeless?
That's a solid point.
What's going? What are we talking
obviously,
about here?
The easy joke is, does the dog ever know when the walk is over? Because there's, you're just on
it's a constant
adventure. It's a constant adventure. But then again, you look back to how dogs were originally domesticated.
Hey, look.
Nomadic people living and traveling around with the dogs that are hanging with them and offering protection and helping with the hunting. What's the difference?
I was going to say, if the homeless guy is, as long as he's feeding the dog, I'm sure the dog prefers the homeless guy as a way of life. It's outside.
It's closer to his own way of life,
Yeah. It's like
Absolutely.
He certainly gets to smell more things and do more stuff.
Absolutely. I know my cat is happier because it can go outside. It was miserable when it couldn't go outside.
Breathing all that clean, fresh air,
You might want to have a dog with you if you were to encounter the next story on the list, which is apparently in San Francisco. We go back to California. All these stories take place either in California and Michigan, it seems. San Francisco Bay Area residents are in fear now of a very aggressive squirrel that has already put 2 people in the emergency room with bites and scratches and has injured apparently 3 to 5 other people.
Wait.
It doesn't. It's not a rabbit
squirrel.
It's just some squirrel that has been apparently fed by people and now has become rather aggressive in its attempt to get treats.
Okay, wait a minute. Wait. This got to be one freaking mean, meaty squirrel to put anybody in the hospital. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Well, they weren't admitted. They went to the emergency room with bites and scratches.
So they probably think it's got rabies. That's probably why they go to the. Because otherwise,
exactly.
And so,
because your typical squirrel doesn't launch himself at people like the rabbit from
true. That's true. That is a good reason alone. But the obvious next question is, why didn't somebody just step on the squirrel?
They're pretty quick.
They are quick.
They're pretty quick.
Yeah, they're extremely quick, and thank God they're not carnivores. Although apparently that's another thing. I saw a story not too long ago, and it was a video. It could have been AI again. But it was a squirrel eating a lizard, like holding it in its little paws and just gnawing on it the way a cat would. It was a horrific thing to see.
I would be surprised if that's real. Just because, unless it's somewhere where there's just not that much, because there's just too much fruit for them here. There's too much stuff. There's squirrels that are fat squirrels in my yard. From that mango tree and all the other stuff. They're well fed.
Now, I've got to show you something, Chip. I know this is the last show.
Oh.
See that right there? That's a picture of my thumb bleeding from a squirrel bite about 3 days ago.
Oh, my God.
I was outside feeding the little ducks and squirrels, and I had, like an idiot, a handful of peanuts. Well, I walk up to the tree, and I'm putting, stuff in the bird feeder.
Right.
This squirrel jumps off the bird feeder onto my hand because I'm holding all the needed. I had to sling him off my hand. So I just showed Chip a bloody picture of my hand, but I didn't go to the. No, I actually did. I did just to see if I had a. They said, "Look, put a Band-Aid on."
I'm surprised they didn't worry about rabies because the squirrels can have rabies.
Yeah, that's
wow. The squirrel synchronicity today is very. That's pretty wild.
Yeah. It's like when all the orcas started attacking the boats off the coast of Spain. Pretty soon, it's going to be rampant squirrel violence in every state.
Exactly.
Now, if they did all gang up on us, that could be a problem.
The squirrels outnumber us.
Yeah. All right. So the very last on the list here, we actually go international on this one. A zoo in Denmark has signs advertising that they're looking for people to donate, quote, pets that need to be gently euthanized. And then they're going to feed, and they're specifically looking for chickens, rabbits, and guinea pigs. Now, I don't know any people that keep chickens as pets. Rabbits even more so than chickens. Guinea pigs, fair enough. But it's to be fed to their predators, to feed to their tigers.
That's what I figured, yeah.
And
they want them
I'm not
alive
sure
too,
you're
right?
going to get a lot of return guests with a sign like that up. How do you explain that sign to the kids? Yeah, you know, the cat's getting kind of old, maybe.
Yeah.
And are they really euthanizing him first, or are they just chucking him in there, you know, for enrichment, so that the predators can have fun hunting them down? I don't know. It seems like a
Lord.
sketchy practice to me.
I love the gently euthanized.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Gently euthanized.
absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. As
Oh,
opposed to,
that's
you know,
insane.
thrown in a tiger pit.
Absolutely.
And this is where in Germany?
Denmark.
Yeah, same thing.
That's
Close
all the
enough.
same.
It is about the same. Yeah, they're about the same freaking culture. That's insane. I mean, just have it explain it to the kids. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
kids, that's the cycle of life. We're going to witness it here in a few minutes if we wait around until feeding time. Sorry, Fluffy. You know?
Time's up.
Oh, my Lord.
Oh my God.
Crazy. So I wanted to, are you done? Is that all the nuggets?
That's it. Yeah,
That's
that
all
covers the nuggets.
Great
Yeah.
job. Hey, great job on the nuggets. Okay.
Thank you.
Golf
So-
clap, golf clap.
I had a question for you that I just occurred to me the other day. All right, now anybody who watches the show, it's pretty obvious I smoke too much and I have COPD. You can tell. Yeah, no, you can tell. But how do you not have COPD? You smoke cigarettes too.
I do. Genetic luck. I would be the only answer I could give you.
That's got to be it because, I mean, I don't get it. I mean, how do you...
Genetic luck, or it hasn't happened yet.
You
So
think
probably the two best.
I mean, there's no way the
solutions.
cigarettes could be helping you, is there?
No, certainly not.
It helps John Cougar.
Less to sing,
I mean,
not so much to breathe.
It's helped to cultivate the sound of my voice.
Yeah,
for
maybe
sure.
There you go.
But
Yeah, but I've been wondering about, like, how does he not? And you know, my dad has COPD too, which I guess could mean it's a bit hereditary. But he's got
Hereditary, yeah.
asthma.
Oh,
He's
I
had
see.
asthma
Yeah,
his
yeah,
whole
yeah.
life, so that's why he has
Yeah.
COPD. But yeah, and you know, the other thing I wanted to talk about, Ram, about is there any restaurant that you fear? Like there's a bunch of little restaurants over by my house that, like, I look at them and like, man, I'd think about trying that place, but then I'd be like, Ram would be on it. He'd be like, yeah, we got to go try this place. You were like fearless with like trying weird restaurants.
do you mean like fear in their cleanliness or fear in what's on their menu?
Well, I guess the two are kind of related, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, I've avoided places that looked filthy, and you know,
Well, here's the thing
they
that
would have a proudly put a C in their window or a D, like
yeah, no.
that's
But
what you
here's
score.
the other thing.
I mean, I know you have to have it up on
Right.
display, but man, obscure it. Put it somewhere else. So you're going
Right.
to actually boast about that. But
Here's
no,
the other.
I'll try any cuisine at
That's
least
true.
once.
Yeah, you are fearless on that. Here's the other thing that kind of makes me a little wary of some of these places. It might look cool, it might look clean and everything, but if I've seen the place there for quite a while and never seen anybody in it, that kind of makes me wonder, like, how fresh could the food be?
Yeah. The parking lot is always empty, you know.
Like, you know, even if it's great, if they've got the same stuff of trying to sell the same food they got when they opened 2 months ago, it could be a problem.
One of the best things if you go to a restaurant where if you don't get there by a certain time, certain items are just unavailable.
Yeah.
Which that's a good sign. Like that means
Sure.
they make it every day and they sell out of it every single day.
Yeah.
That's definitely a good sign. You know, one of the things that'll make me quit going back to a place, and this is just because it irritates the shit out of me, is places that don't adhere to the hours that they post. Places
like
that
my
just
bank.
like mom and pop places like, it's kind of slow. We're going to shut down 3 hours early tonight.
Oh my
And
God.
you go there and it's 7 o'clock and they're supposed to be open till 10 and there's a sign on the door
Well,
that says they're closed. You do that to me twice, I'm never going back.
in defense,
Once, if it's like, you know, maybe they were a really small place and they just didn't have the staff and couldn't do it. But
in defense of places that kind of do that, there was a place in Lantana right on the corner of Dixie and Ocean. It was a really high-end pizza place, but they basically told you when you got there, like, we made so much dough for the day. After
that's
that,
different.
yeah, after that, it's over. I mean, once we run out of food, that's it. It's over.
Different.
That's
That
it.
follows the first rule, which is a place that
That's
makes
right.
fresh and runs
Exactly.
out. That's fine. If
Yeah.
that's the reason why, and it's known, and it's part
Right,
of your
right.
ad, you know what I mean? Like you said, they tell you that straight up.
Hey, the first time I
But
went
no,
there,
I'm
I didn't
talking about,
know.
like, you know, a Mexican restaurant that just
Luckily, they
decides
still
to
had
close
some.
early on the Super Bowl Sunday, whatever it is, you know. No posting, no nothing.
Uh-oh.
It irritates me.
He said the magic word of the day.
Super Bowl Sunday.
That's it.
Oh my God.
Ding, 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 ding. What do I win?
So, what do you think of
The only reason I brought up the Super Bowl Sunday thing is because it actually, all right. So you remember when I managed Howley's, literally one of the primary reasons I got the gig, I think, is because the guy that had it before me, that was like the night manager, did exactly what I just said. Decided to shut down early on Super Bowl Sunday. And it pissed off the owner considerably. And I think it ended up costing that guy his job, which led the opening for me to get promoted up. And that's how I got the gig.
that pissed Rodney
Really?
off?
Oh, yeah.
Was it when the place? I assume it was empty.
Well, I guess he was thinking it would be, like an after crowd. Would come
Oh,
after
I
to
see what you're
drink
saying. He
and
thought there
stuff.
was going to be a pop after the game ended
Exactly,
or something.
exactly. Which there
Yeah,
probably would have been.
It's his place. It's his place. You got to do what he says. What are you going to say?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
So how about that Super Bowl halftime?
Yeah, right. What do you think of Big Furry? I mean, Big Bunny.
Bugs Bunny. Oh no, I'm sorry.
I had to look up who. I had no idea who
I
it
did
was.
too.
I didn't either.
I had to look it up.
Well, the funny,
Apparently a Puerto Rican rapper, right?
right? And the funny thing is, everybody's making all these references about ICE, and it's like, hey, Puerto Ricans are citizens too.
Yeah, he's an American. Yeah, he's American.
Exactly.
You know.
He's got nothing to worry about if he's Puerto Rican. He's a citizen. Oh God.
I did read, or I thought I read, that he literally every single song he has is only in Spanish. Is that true?
I have no idea.
That I don't know.
Right? Because
Yeah.
that would seem to be an odd choice,
Dude,
simply because
Here's something funny.
A lot of people are not going to understand what he's saying.
Here's something funny. A drummer I know was on Facebook making a comment about the fact that, nobody should care who, and I agree with him on that. But then he made a big thing about, I listened to his music, and although I'm not really into like fake AI, this, that, and the other thing, and then I made a comment too about, I think I'll take your word for it on the music. And he got all upset. He goes, oh, I think you'd want to be more open-minded. And I'm like, dude, what do you mean? Like when I try the milk and go, hey, do you think this is sour? I'll take your word for it. If you say it's bad,
Yeah.
I'm going
And then
to.
Exactly.
I've also heard the argument, and I guess there's some truth to this too, that the halftime show is not for the fans of the game. It's for like the wives and girlfriends and everybody else that was dragged along. Although I can't imagine anybody just being dragged along to the Super Bowl with the
Well, not
prices there
anymore.
are nowadays. But
Yeah.
but people watching it, I guess, on TV, that the halftime show is supposed to be different. I don't know if I agree with that or not, but either way, he seems an odd choice.
Yeah.
I'd like to know who the sponsor is, because you both know that somebody is purchasing the time running right into and right out of that halftime show. I'd love to know who that is.
Now, do they know who the halftime show is before they buy it?
Of course. Absolutely.
Interesting.
And you pay top dollar
Oh, yeah. That's the
for
big
that
one, yeah.
for that spot right there when they fade to black and go to the first commercial.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's the big money. That's the money shot right there.
That's the
I mean,
money shot.
That's always been the most expensive advertising on television. And now with all the streaming and other options available and how much viewership has dropped, it's even more coveted. It's even more important to have that.
Do you think they're doing this controversially on purpose to try and get more viewership?
Well, that's
And say, well, everybody's going to watch the Super Bowl now just to see what happens with Big Bunny.
That's a good theory too.
Yeah, who knows, man? It's crazy. And that's, we were talking about a former guest of the show that I'm kind of getting into it with on Facebook. And that's our whole argument. And he's all about these culture wars and the immigration, this and that, blah, blah. And I'm like, dude, it's the Fed. It's the IRS. It's the deep state. He's, he's like, oh, you do. And I'm like, you're missing, you can't see the forest for the trees.
right.
You're worried
right.
about the noise and missing the signal. It's just like, some of these people just don't get it. But whatever. I mean, he means well. He's a good guy and he means well, but I pissed him off somehow. I think I called him a sheeple. I think that's what really.
A what?
A sheeple.
A sheeple?
Yeah.
What is that?
A sheeple. A sheeple. Well, I think, didn't Maddow make up that term? I think Rachel Maddow made up that term.
Oh, did she? Yeah.
A sheeple is like a person that's just a sheep.
I said follower.
Yeah, follower.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I got pissed when I called him that. But I mean, that's what he's doing. He's falling for this stupid culture war stuff that, whatever, who cares? Oh, I had a joke with somebody on, it was him. He was like, aren't you upset that they're they're using federal money to let trannies transition or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, the government paid for my colonoscopy. Nobody cares about that. I mean, who cares? Big deal. I don't give a shit what I don't care what medical procedures they. And then I even just to go a little farther on the homophobic thing, and I'm like, I hang around my pool at my clothing optional gay compound, watching my neighbors walk around with their junk hanging out all the time.
Right.
But man, driving over a rainbow crosswalk is just too far. I just can't do it. It's just
the last time we were in a car together and drove over one, I could barely contain myself.
I so wish I was gay. God, wouldn't it be great if you were gay? I mean, just think how easy life would be if you were gay.
How much nicer would my hair look, man? Holy cow. I mean, come on.
What'd you say?
I said, no more arguing, double your wardrobe, right off the bat. You got to hook up with a guy who's basically the same size as you, but then bang, all of a sudden you got to double everything.
Population rate goes down,
Yeah, good point. Good point. All right, well, I got a list of other topics. Unless what do you got? You got anything?
I got, I'm just proud to be the last of the Mohicans on the last show.
The last guest.
Yeah, I'm honored. I'm so honored.
We should specify. We're not giving this up.
No, I just mean for the season kind of thing.
Yeah, we're gonna be a new look. In the next episode, yeah. Okay. Slightly new look, new logo. This is getting a little deep in the weeds. I'll skip that one for now. All right. So, how long is debt collecting profitable? All right. Like when you and I don't pay our hospital bills, because why would we?
As we often.
Yeah, why would we? So obviously, the hospital calls you a couple of times, says, yeah, we want your money. Like, I don't have your money. Sorry. Then they sell that debt to somebody else. And then it's their responsibility to collect it from you. Yeah. And they try for a while. They give you a few more calls, and you're like, yeah, we're not paying. And then they sell it to where along the line of that does it become like unprofitable to buy all this
other? In other words, who's the last guy that can't sell it to anybody else?
Left holding the bag, basically is what it is. I mean, at some level, somebody's got to buy that debt and just go, nah, that's it. Oh, which leads to the other topic I just glossed over is how easy would life be without the IRS? Because truthfully, that's the only thing left to do with those debt that's it, it's a loss, write it off on your taxes.
That's it.
Just think, we would have to pay for this if it weren't for the IRS. I think all the zombie corporations that if the IRS disappeared would just disappear off the stock market. Because they're just tax dollars.
Yeah, that is what the final person does, with the last person holding the bag with that debt.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, think of how drastically different our society be minus the IRS. I mean, let's also ask this question. What other country on the planet has such a complicated tax system?
Oh, yeah.
Nobody else, no other country has a 30,000
clearly
page
complicated
tax
by
code.
design to make it,
Yeah, it's crazy. It's
incomprehensible to the average person.
Yeah, and it's like, remember, wasn't it back during Obama? Somebody it was that Forbes guy was saying, let's just do flat tax, get rid of the IRS, flat tax. And people were freaking out that was just, that's horrible. The rich people were freaking out. The poor people were freaking out. Everybody was freaking out about, no, that's unfair. Yeah. What's so unfair about it? I don't get it. Make it a consumption tax. If you buy stuff, you pay tax. If you don't buy nothing, you don't pay no tax.
Yeah, well, so sales tax.
Yeah, consumption. Yeah, it's a consumption tax. Yeah, exactly. And, and what they decided, the whole thing with the IRS is their debate is, do you tax like what's it called? Unrealized gains, or what's it called? Potential gains. There's a word for it.
I can't
Capital
think.
gains?
No. Unrealized capital gains. Yeah. Like they're trying to think about how to tax people about future capital gains now. Like, all right, you're getting paid in stocks, but we know that stock's going to equal X amount of money, so we're going to charge you X amount of tax.
In advance?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah,
They're talking about doing that.
Right.
Which, I mean, it's not a bad idea,
Yeah.
but at the same time, if there was no IRS and no reason to dodge the taxes, then they'd just be collecting regular money. They wouldn't have to get paid in stocks.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know, it's the whole IRS seems to be perpetuating its own problems almost, if you ask me, just with its sheer complexity. You know, just the sheer fact that we talked before we even started doing this about like, yeah, can I do a podcast and just use the money I would have normally paid the government and waste it on a podcast? And he's like, yeah, sure you can. Yeah, I do it all the time. Yeah. That's like, yeah, that's how it works. That's how the system works. I'm like, oh, that's brilliant. Let's just do that, you know? But just imagine if the IRS were gone, we'd just be paying for this, which wouldn't be that bad. But literally, if it weren't for the IRS...
Wasn't it originally intended to be temporary as a means of paying for World War I?
No, for the Civil War.
Pay for World War I?
I think it was...
Was it? The Civil War, yeah?
No, well, they didn't implement it.
No, like 1913.
Yeah, that's when the IRS and the Fed got implemented. But I think they may have been collecting tax before that and just not had a body. I could be wrong about that. But I thought somebody said it was like there was some kind of tax that started after the Civil War to pay back the money that they spent on the Civil War. And that never stopped. And I think it actually just turned into the IRS. But I don't know. I could be wrong about that. But yes, the IRS definitely started in 1913, and you know, first of all, the IRS has never been ratified by the states. You know that, right? According to the Constitution, all these amendments are supposed to be ratified. It never got ratified. Yeah. Also, when they actually voted on the IRS amendment, it was some kind of, I forget the specifics, but it was very shady. Like it was way late at night. A bunch of people weren't even in Congress. It was really shady. Like, you know, they were like, we got away with it, you know?
Yeah.
Like a surprise session called.
I don't even, it's something like that. I don't think it was a surprise, but it was something like they like hid it in something that was like, didn't get voted on until way late at night when a bunch of people weren't either weren't there or fell asleep or who knows what they did. But the whole thing, I don't think the IRS is. And then we could talk about the FBI, which is, everybody loves the FBI. Right?
Hey, man. Freedom of speech. Go right ahead. Wait a minute. There's a red dot on your...
Yeah, right? Here's the thing that is just so weird about the FBI. No matter what you think about them, the FBI acts like a child. It doesn't, as an agency, it doesn't have an adult type attitude. It's like, oh no, we got it. No, we got them. No, this other agency, we're jealous of them. They weren't as good as we're much better. You know, they're like have jealousy. They withhold stuff. Like, no, I'm not telling you. I'm not showing you that. You know, It's just they seem to have like a childlike mentality. You know what I mean? Is it me?
Well, they're certainly portrayed that. I mean, they've always been portrayed that way in film. You always see them stepping on the toes of local law enforcement. And as soon as the feds show up, we're in charge now.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just seems like just childish.
Like the movie The Other Guys. Remember Will Ferrell? Did you ever see The Other Guys?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, that's a funny movie. But that doesn't really focus too much on the FBI. But
well, no, we were talking about stepping on others' toes. I'm here now. We're taking over, that kind of thing.
Yeah. But yeah, they just seem so, I don't know, like Kash Patel when he was in front of Congress. He, we're doing this and we're, screaming at people.
Oh, yeah.
Just act like an adult. Who cares if they accuse you of stuff? Just, let it roll off your back. You don't have to get so upset about it, man. It's crazy. All right, anyway.
What else is on your list there?
I don't know. I can't read my own damn writing.
That's funny. I was actually going to say, as a challenge earlier, when you first started looking at the list, I would dare you to hand that list to our guest, Jamie, and ask her if you can even read 3 words in a row of any of it.
If it even legible? Is it even legible?
All right, so I wanted to talk about my new favorite adjective, and that's when you see somebody and you call them calcified.
I'm just looking at the wrinkles in his forehead. As
I should have been a doctor, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the thing is, I'm like writing this down, and I'm like half
You're
watching
driving your
TV,
motorcycle while you're writing that down. Is what it is.
I'm on the
I
bike.
see. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, I love that new the new adjective, calcified. Like some of the people I'm arguing on Facebook, it's like you're just calcified. You're just, your third eye has been calcified over. You just only believe the
Glossed
bullshit.
over. Yeah.
The signal, not the noise. The noise, not the signal. You're not getting the signal. You're only getting the noise. So, but I haven't been using it there very much. But I like that the new adjective. Calcified.
I see.
Anyway, and that's all I got on that.
Did you hear somebody else use it, or is this entirely wholly original?
Yes, who did use it? Somebody did. I forget who it is now.
F.B.I. maybe.
Yeah, no. No, I think it was a. God damn, who was it?
Probably
I wanna
some
say-
damn geologist.
I think it was a comedian. I forget who though. Maybe. Well, I know it wasn't Alex Jones because interdimensional beings they don't have any. They don't have the pineal gland. No, anyway. I got to break into Alex Jones.
Was that Gilbert Godfrey or who was that?
Oh God. Well, okay. How do you not have COPD? Oh, we already did that. Oh, here's one. I've been voting. Well, I mean, I took a couple elections off, last one especially, but I've been voting since, I don't know, 1972, I think I want to say, or 74. When was the election back then? It was 72.
72.
Yeah, 72 would have been the first election I would have voted in.
Mhm.
I've been voting in every election since, well, most of the elections since then. No one I have ever voted for has ever won. Ever.
Mm.
I've never voted for anybody that attained office. Never
Wait a
once. Never
You
once.
said your first election you voted in was in 1972?
Yeah.
I
I
thought
think,
you were 8 years older than I am.
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I
I was born in 63, bro.
I was 1 year old in 1972, so that would have made you 9. You voted when you were 9.
No. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, 82.
80.
I'm sorry. You're right.
Okay.
82.
All right. I'm like, wait a minute.
You're correct. Good catch on the math. 82. I think I voted for Carter, and he lost to
Jimmy.
Reagan.
Oh, the second time around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I voted for Carter first time. Ross Perot after that, maybe a Ralph Nader in there, Ron Paul. Nobody I've ever voted for has ever won an election ever.
Well, now, what does that say about your judgment, though?
Well, what it says to me is, why am I doing it? Why do I bother? I don't think it says anything about the judgment other than, I'm not picking the lesser of two evils. If they're both evil, I'm just going
I liked Ross Perot. I thought he would have,
Yeah, he was great.
sure. It was
He
a
was-
little bulldog.
He was the one that warned, Trump about the big, huge sucking sound
Absolutely.
of the jobs leaving the country when they passed. What was
Absolutely.
it called? What was that shit that he was bitching about?
That Ross Perot was bitching about?
Yeah. What was the thing that he was talking about? That the NAFTA? No,
Oh.
Was it NAFTA?
Oh, what was that? Yeah.
it was some agreement where
Yeah.
they they
I don't
started
think
saying
it was NAFTA, but it was basically the
it was something like
outsourcing.
that. Yeah,
of-
something that's basically
America.
made him start
Outsourcing
shipping
it.
jobs out
That's
of the
correct.
country.
That's correct.
That's what did it back during Reagan. That's when it started. But anyway, so so why would I keep voting? If they're never going to win, what's the point? I don't know.
All right, what
I
else you
guess-
got?
Well, there's probably very little point at this age of voting in the general, presidential elections. But in theory, voting for your local elections might have, more of an effect
Oh,
on
absolutely.
what's actually going on in
Absolutely.
your life.
Absolutely. But again, I mean, I've looked at local, and it's like they're all, there's not any candidates in my party or in a party other than the two that I know are pretty corrupt. I mean, you can't argue that both parties are captured by corporate interests and corporate donors, and
That's
you
a
don't run
gimme.
for money unless you got somebody backing you.
Yeah, that's a gimme.
And you know that whoever's backing you is not going to do it for nothing. They're going to want.
They gotta want
You
something.
just vote for-
They're going to
you
want
just vote for
some
whichever
kind of.
one is the same corporate interest that you have stocks in yourself. And-
Yeah. And they're going to want you to do something. And if it's in your best interest to do what they want you to do, that makes it even easier to do it. Yeah. Which is funny because that's one of the things I wanted to talk about is, all right, so the definition of communism is the seizing of the means of production, right? Isn't that the technical definition of communism?
I think it's part of it. I think
I
there's
can
more
Google
to it
it.
than that.
Yeah, right.
yes.
But that's the gist of it. So what happens when the means of production seizes the government, like in our circumstance? Is that just oligarchy?
Yes.
So that's what happened. That's what's happened to
Unless they
us.
get real preachy about it, in which case it's a theocracy. But yeah, it's basically oligarchy.
Right. Well, see, that's what some of these people want. Like, unfortunately, I love Candace, I love Tucker, but that's what they want. They want a theocracy. They think it's a Christian nation. I'm like, yeah, well, look, religion's like
new oligarchy is actually going to be more of a technocracy more than anything else.
True. But religion's kind of like your junk. It's great that you're proud of it, but don't be bringing it out and waving it in people's face. But
that's a pretty good analogy.
It is. I mean, look, yeah, I'm glad you believe, and if that makes you be a better person, that's even better. I love it, great, but that doesn't mean we all have to live with it, whatever. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, it seems to me, and here's the other problem. Much back to the problem with Ross Perot, what does this country actually still produce? There's two things that I can kind of think of that we produce. Financial products.
Financial products?
Yes.
Okay.
IRAs and,
I see.
different, Wall
Right.
Street accounts
Right.
and mutual funds and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We certainly peddle those all over the world. The other thing we seem to sell and not really even use here that very much is technology. Like, we have the best technology, but we don't seem to use it. We just sell it. We just sell it to other people. And as per the government, we might not sell them the best we have, but we sell them, we aren't making, like you said in the other episode, we aren't making the chips for the smart TVs and smart fridges and stuff like that. Somebody else is. Why aren't we making that stuff? I don't know. The whole thing is just
perplexing.
It just sounds like the system's been setting itself up to fail for quite a while.
I mean, one of our biggest exports, not as much as it used to be, but has always been culture, music, entertainment, film, television shows, fashion, even.
But if you look back at the show they put on at the French Olympics, I think everybody's pretty well saturated with that stuff at this point. I think they've had enough of our culture now. Oh God! Did anybody see Jaden Smith today?
No.
Oh no!
I didn't.
Oh God! They had
Was he wearing a house on his head again? Or
No,
else?
not similar. But he showed up at some award show. He gets out of a car. He's dressed in all red. The only thing he's wearing from the waist up are red shoulder pads, like to play a football game.
Okay.
And some kind of weird red gloves and a red, trucker hat, but of course the brim's flat and it's on sideways. And his face.
Pasties?
What's that?
Pasties?
No. Well, I didn't notice. They might be under the shoulder pads because they came down a little bit. But his face was like painted red from this part up, as if he had just huffed a can of spray paint
in the face.
And I'm like,
I missed that.
This is our fashion now. I mean, is he making a statement? Is there and is the statement "I am fucking insane," or is there some political thing that we don't know about that's going on?
Wait a minute, I just figured it out. So you say shoulder pads?
Yeah.
Half his face painted red?
Yeah.
This is definitely a protest against the Washington Redskins. Either that or an attempt to get them to claim their name back. Because in some way, it's got to be considered Native American cultural appropriation to paint half of your face red, I would think.
Was it half of his face?
No, it was like from his mouth up. Literally,
like from here up.
Yeah.
I
I just thought it was a new look called Huffer Blood.
I see.
I didn't.
Or maybe he just opened up a bank bag and it exploded in his face or something. You don't know, man.
I thought those were blue. At least they were in Raising Arizona. That was the best scene in that movie. That was
exactly. That was good.
God, they just don't make movies like that anymore.
They don't make real movies like that anymore. Everything else
I don't even care if it's AI. Make one.
Oh, I do, man. I love the old, the kind of movie where speaking of movies, I don't know if I told you the other night, I was flipping around, and I came across The Sound of Music. Yeah.
On TV?
Yeah, it was like the Turner.
What channel?
It's a TMC.
Gotcha.
But it was so cool to see the topography, the real, it wasn't animated. It was just really, you know, all these helicopter shots. They weren't drones flying around, and it was amazing. But that's
like watching the old Ford Westerns. Where
Yeah,
they're out in the middle of the
absolutely.
desert, and they're, you know, looking at these majestic cliffs and mountains.
Absolutely.
And there's actually 1,000 guys dressed up as Indians.
Absolutely, you know.
And about 3 of them are going to die.
You know it. You know it's going to happen.
We only had 3 casualties on this movie. It was a good shoot. Good shoot.
Yeah. Without all the special effects and, you know. That's what I like. I miss that.
Imagine just the work that had to go into a production.
Oh,
like that.
sure.
I mean, you had to basically pack up a city and go, okay, we're going to go live out in the desert for a couple of weeks and shoot this movie.
Imagine doing the 10 Commandments.
Oh, yeah. Jesus
You
Christ.
know, the
In
Cecil
those
B.
days-
DeMille. Yeah.
In those days, good Lord.
I think Ben-Hur held the title as the most expensive production.
Is
for a
that
long
right?
time.
Ben-Hur with Charlton Heston.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, for a long time, but I don't think anymore because I think there had been a couple that, like, I know Apocalypse Now was apparently a shit show of, like, they just dumped all kinds of money into that movie. There's another one that I just was seeing, and it was supposed to cost $8 million, and it ended up costing $40 million.
Ooh, man.
I forget what movie it was. It was actually a good
Saturday
movie,
Night
too.
Fever.
What's that?
Saturday Night Fever, was it?
No.
Huh.
It was a good movie too. I can't remember which one it is. I think it was a Dennis Hopper movie, I think. Anyway. You know, that's one thing I wish had taken off more in Florida, which they kind of hinted that it was gonna for a while, which is the movie industry. I mean, I know they shot a bunch of stuff down here, but I mean, I wish it had taken off like California, LA, where it's just like movies being made all over the place. That'd be great.
Yeah.
You know, who's an up-and-coming state in that department, and has been for maybe almost a decade now, is Georgia. Georgia offers all kinds of tax incentives to film
Absolutely.
there. A lot of TV shows and stuff are done there, and a lot of movies as well.
Well, you know, now that they can shoot them practically anywhere, that's the game now, is each state gives them as much incentive as they can to come to their state and spend the money. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, Georgia offers a lot of, you know, geographical diverse, you know, they don't have mountains, but they do have, well, sort of.
You can CGI in the mountains.
Smoky Mountains. There's.
Yeah.
You know, in the next few episodes, we're going to have one with my dad, and he was in 2 movies. He was in the, that they shot in Boston because he was working, like, he had sent somebody his 8x10, like, you know, I'll be an extra or whatever.
Right.
And he's got a scene in, I think The Fighter is the one where he's in a scene where he's in an elevator with Marky Mark and what's
Get
that
out of here, really?
in the movie, anyway, but he's in a scene in an elevator with them. You know, he's just standing in the back of the elevator.
Yeah.
He's in, I think he's sitting in his car in another scene in what's the other movie they shot in? Not The Fighter, but the one with the bank robbing with Ben Affleck. What was that movie
Not The
called?
Town. What was it? The Town,
Yes,
right?
he was in that one too.
Yeah, you
Yep,
bet.
yep, yep.
Absolutely.
Because I guess I guess Boston, they do shoot a lot of movies in Boston. I guess New York, Boston, LA, of course, they always got movies going on.
But
there.
I did hear that bit about Georgia.
How did he get picked to be an extra? Did he audition for it, or they just
No.
grab
For
people off
extras
the
like that,
street,
they
or
just go
do
through the
scenes
pictures and go,
make people sign waivers, or
Well, it's a good
I
question.
don't know what they made him sign or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think he didn't make a lot of money, I don't think, doing it. But you just send your 8x10 and to a talent agency, and they just go through and go. Well, I think what they do is they'll do like a casting call and say, all right, who's available to do this? A bunch of people show up, and then they go, all right, you get in the elevator, you know, whatever. You know, that it's, you know, it's not like he auditioned or anything. His audition was standing there in a group of people.
Registered with whatever agency kept that kind of stuff on file, and photos and headshots and whatnot.
You know, he could have conceivably sent in like an audio tape of when he was in the radio biz, but I don't think he did that.
Not for that.
No.
Yeah, he's just standing there, nonverbal.
Yeah, but he may have sent in some kind of like demo tape or something with the picture, but I don't think he did. But yeah, that'd be a cool thing to do down here, you know, just give your picture and say, yeah, I'll stand in the background of some movie. Let me know when you're shooting and I'll show up. Just hope you don't get hit by a car coming down the street.
Or ask you to wrestle alligators or something like that. That would be a little hazard. You'd have to have the hazard pay.
Do you remember the scene from Papillon with Steve McQueen where he and Dustin Hoffman have to get in that mud pit and wrestle that real alligator?
Kind of.
I don't know if they. I don't know if they had the alligator's mouth taped shut or something maybe.
Yeah.
But those two guys had to wade into this mud pit and find and wrestle an alligator out of there as in one of the scenes of that movie. It was like, whoa, hey, that looks kind of dangerous.
No special effects there.
No, there was no way they were faking that. They were. I mean, like I say, they may have somehow had the thing's jaw wired shut. No, as a matter of fact, because the thing was opening its mouth, going.
Now, were those close-up shots? Because they could have used those as outtakes to make it look like it's real.
You know, and it's funny is you don't realize how much they actually did use special effects, even though they weren't CGI or anything like that. If you go look back at like some Chaplin movies and what's the other guy that used to fall down the buildings and Keaton, Keaton. If you go and see how they did some of those things, like there's one thing where Chaplin's supposedly skateboarding or roller skating around this supposedly huge hole in the floor, but there's no hole there. It's just like a thing where they put like a.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's nothing there. It's not. He's not even risking anything. But as long as he doesn't go across this line, the take's going to work. And it looks like he's risking his life, but he's not. But there were other things they did, like apparently that scene where the building comes down.
I saw that a couple of times. He's standing right in that spot.
They say if he were off by a few inches, that would have turned out very badly.
Absolutely.
Buster Keaton was essentially Jackie Chan before Jackie Chan.
Yes, absolutely.
Good point.
That's exactly right.
Point.
That's exactly
right. That reminds me of another analogy. Somebody was saying on that Tony Blair is the Hillary Clinton of Europe. It's kind of true, but you know. Oh God, yeah. That's
now. Was
true.
that? No, never mind. I won't say.
No, go ahead.
Yeah. No.
Hey, we can't get demonetized. We don't make money.
Okay. Was it? No. We'll leave that alone.
Now I'm intrigued.
God, I can't. Wait a minute. It would help if I
you put your glasses on right there. Yeah.
Of course, I can't read it if I can't see it.
I could almost read it.
Oh, did you ever read the letter? Charlie Kirk letter?
No.
I didn't know there was one.
Yeah, Charlie Kirk well, here's the thing. The New York Post put it out a couple of days ago and says this is Charlie Kirk's last letter to Bibi Netanyahu. Now, whether it really is, that's a big question because truthfully, when you read it, I don't know, man. Because here's basically what it does. It's Charlie Kirk pleading to Bibi going, look, I'm in a really bad spot here. All these kids are asking me these questions, and he lists all the really hard questions to answer. Right. All these kids are asking me this, they're asking me this, they're asking me this, they're asking me this, they're asking me this, all down a big line of this thing. And then instead of going, so what are the answers? or maybe you should stop doing what you're doing. The rest of the letter basically says, this is how you get away with it. You should do this. You should come out and say this. These people should be saying this. These people should do this. You should be launching this social media platform, blah, 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 blah. He doesn't ever say answer the questions or stop what you're doing. He just says, this is how you get away with it. And then at the very end, there's a part that I was very suspect of, but now that I've seen a clip of him on PBD, but at the very end, he says that he understands that Bibi has to work against Israel's deep state, leftist deep state, which if you go, he went on PBD, I think it was like a week or two after October 7th. Okay. And he suggested that October 7th was had help from people inside Israel that were leftists that were helping Hamas. So, I mean, that makes the thing, the statement in the letter makes it a little more legit.
More sense.
But at the same time, if I were Bibi and I wanted to write a letter, I mean, other than listing the questions, that's the letter I would have wrote. You know what I mean? That's almost exactly what I'd have said, you know? Other than, you know, now that the thing is that they're actually kind of doing now what it said in the letter. If you watch, BB's going on the Nelk Boys. He's going on, he's going on podcasts. He's getting out there on the internet now.
Oh, I see.
So the whole thing is just so weird. I mean, it's really just a question of is the letter real, and who knows? I mean, I don't know who would ever be able to say, oh yeah, that's really
him. Yeah.
Unless Turning Point had a copy of it before he sent it or something like that. But I don't think they're saying anything. And there's another thing that was brought up. Charlie Kirk's parents were not at that WWE memorial they had for him. Why didn't they go?
Yeah, that's unusual.
Yeah. It's kind of weird.
Unusual.
Yeah, anyway. There's so many unanswered questions. I mean, what do you think? You think they got the right guy?
I didn't know that that the parents weren't there. I didn't.
Oh yeah, the memorial.
Yeah, I didn't know.
I don't see how they could possibly. All right, so I've evolved quite a bit on a lot of theories of the shooting. Apparently, they did do an autopsy. Let's clear that up.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because I saw a chick that said there's no way they have to do an autopsy. Nobody can stop them from doing an autopsy. Even the president himself can't say don't do an autopsy, as we witnessed with JFK. Even what's her name or JFK.
JFK.
Even what's her name couldn't say no. They're doing an autopsy. So they did an autopsy. Nobody said anything about finding a bullet though. That's the thing that's like, where is this magic bullet? That's the thing that I really don't understand. But I had some theories that thought he might be shot in the back of the head, which if that's the case, and they did an autopsy, they know. Or they know he didn't, and they're not saying. I don't know why they're not saying. Candace Owens seems to think that I don't know what she thinks. But my position has evolved. I think he did get shot from the front, maybe not from straight on, maybe from a little bit more of an angle off to his left.
Yeah.
But one thing I can tell you for sure, Tyler Robinson didn't do it. There's no evidence whatsoever that he did it. Not a smidgen. Now, that doesn't mean he wasn't involved. That I don't think he shot anybody. I mean, Candace Owens is pushing now that he was never even on the campus.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, how are they going to prove he was?
Yeah.
There's pictures of guys on the campus, but prove that's him.
Yeah.
No clear pictures of him anywhere. No clear pictures of anybody taking a shot. They have, and here's the thing, when I debate everybody that says, oh no, it's done, it's slam dunk, and I'm like, well, what makes you say that though? Well, they have the gun. I'm like, well, they have a gun. They got to prove that gun shot Charlie Kirk. I haven't seen a bit of evidence towards that yet. Oh, well, they got the confession. No, they have a confession. Even if he made the confession, that doesn't mean anything, and he hasn't said a word since he turned himself in. Literally, he said his name in court, and that's it. He hasn't confessed to nothing. The only confession they have is that fake-ass looking shit on the internet, which good luck.
Have you seen any of the footage when he got shot? I haven't seen any of the.
What's that?
When he got shot.
Right.
Did you see that?
Oh, I've seen all kinds
you have,
of footage,
okay,
angles. I saw something today that swears there's bullets coming from the back. It shows 3 shots of bullets in the air, kind of like a la Trump when he.
Oh, really? Yeah.
That say he got shot from the back. So here's the thing. That's what I keep saying is, if this guy did I make the being there reference on the pod yet, Ron? Do you remember that?
Yes,
I did. Anyway, this guy could basically be what's his name, and being there and just sit in court, not say a word, just show a bunch of YouTube videos. That'll create enough doubt in the jury's mind. Yeah. There's plenty of shadow of doubt. There's no actual proof of anything. So I mean, unless the FBI's got a lot that they're not telling us. But here's the thing. If they're trying to convince us so hard that this guy did it, why wouldn't they show us the evidence that would convince us if they have it?
Probably the same with Oswald. Remember, they didn't actually have someone seeing him pull the trigger, but they pretty much narrowed that one down,
Yeah. And here's the other thing. Supposedly, this Tyler guy goes to a Dairy Queen after he shoots. Supposedly, Oswald went to the movies after he shot JFK. Remember that? He went to the movies.
That's where they found him, yeah.
And then who else? Somebody else, one of the other shooters that did something else also went and got like ice cream or something like that. And it's like, it must be like some.
Didn't he?
What's that?
Didn't Luigi go to McDonald's?
Yes, yeah,
That's
it.
what
Yeah.
it was. That's
like,
what it.
like all of them.
That's
like
what it was.
If you look
Yeah,
at them,
yeah,
they all do that. I'm like, so what are they rewarding these guys with at MK Ultra with ice cream? Is that the
The
program?
next one's going to go to Disneyland. Where are you going? Going to Disneyland?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And here's the other thing that people have this misconception about. You know what MK Ultra is, right?
MK Ultra?
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
it's a CIA program that's been going on since like the 50s or 60s.
Okay.
It's about mind control.
Okay.
With proud alumni such as Charles Manson, Ted Kaczynski.
Yeah, you're not kidding. And a lot of these guys that are doing these shootings and shit, you can trace them back. They're all got CIA connections.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
But here's the thing. Everybody thinks this MK Ultra is like training assassins. No. We have plenty of assassins.
Yeah.
Their CIA and armed forces are full up with assassins. They got plenty. MK Ultra is training patsies. It's training
Interesting.
these
Yeah.
people to
Interesting.
just like, yeah, I guess I did it.
Yeah.
If you say so. I mean, and here's how it works. You know anything about hypnotism? You ever go to one of those shows where they bring the people up?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so what they usually do is they'll bring up a whole group of people.
Right.
And then the guy slowly goes along and eliminates a bunch of them, right?
Right. Right.
And there's only a few people left at the end and those people are highly suggestible. What that means is that guy can hypnotize them like that, make them
Right.
do all kinds of crazy shit.
Okay. All right.
Those are the exact same people that MK Ultra looks for, and they do it in the exact same way.
That's interesting.
And that's their whole thing is about mind control, and somehow somebody said that I heard somebody saying that Sirhan didn't do anything until his handler, they called her, walked up and tapped him on the elbow. And then he just started firing around it, and he didn't shoot anybody important.
Yeah.
He certainly didn't shoot RFK. RFK was shot from the back. Sirhan was in front of him. It's like, so he was clearly, and he did, like, I make the point that, like, confessions, Sirhan confessed. He didn't even shoot RFK, and he confessed to it. So that's how great those are, Confessions don't mean anything. So, yeah, I mean, I don't see how this kid makes it to trial.
You have to wait and find out, man.
I'm pretty sure he's already on the Epstein watch.
I was going to say, yeah.
I think they just put him on the Epstein watch like a week ago. And so, yeah, either he's got to get unalived before trial, or they just give him like some kind of kangaroo court trial that's just so ridiculous, because if there's no way they're going to convict this kid of doing anything. They got no proof, unless they're hiding it.
Yeah, unless they're holding back some slam dunk bit of trial evidence that they have that they plan on unleashing in trial in court.
Oh, you know what? Speaking of trials in court, we could talk about one last issue before we go.
No OJ, please. What?
Oh God, who was it that got who? Oh God, who's the dead guy that got banned for the OJ jokes? God Almighty.
Oh,
Norm Macdonald.
Norm Macdonald.
We're not going to Norm Macdonald.
All right,
here, buddy, don't
okay. All right. I like Norm Macdonald.
Oh, God. Oh, fuck, he's hilarious. Are you kidding me? But the thing I wanted to bring up was the of them indicting James Comey. I don't think that's going to turn out the way they think.
He looked pretty happy about it, actually.
That's what I think too. That's the exact problem I had with it. He looks way too happy for a guy that just got indicted.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, let's go to trial, guys. And here's the thing. I don't know. Does Donald not realize? He knows where all the bodies are buried, where all the receipts are, where all the cross dresses still are. He's got keys to fucking J. Edgar's fucking closet. He knows every bit of info that they don't want released. So there's no way he goes to trial.
Yeah.
This is all just for show. There's no way in hell. I mean,
a lot of that is smokescreen. It is.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And
All
that's the thing that's like, that makes me absolutely sure either they're not serious about prosecuting him or they just didn't think it through. Because, I mean, he's got dirt on all of them. All of them. You can't accuse him of shit because then you're screwed. Anyway, yeah, they can try. I mean, they can give it. I can't see another thing that I'm sure will never, ever see the light of day in a trial in a court and to actually go to trial. There's no way. It's crazy. And I mean, our whole legal system is such a. We've talked about how to fix that already, right? Get rid of fines.
Suggestions, yeah.
Yeah.
What is that?
Get rid of fines. If you break the law, you go to jail.
Yeah.
No fines.
Boy, there you go.
You ran a stop sign. Let's go.
Boom.
Cuff them up.
Yeah.
That'll change the laws real quick.
Real quick. That'll absolutely.
You rolled through that stop sign, son. You got to do about 6 hours in jail right now.
Exactly.
Anyway, Saturday, are we getting
when a law is just an inconvenience? If you have more than enough, if the money doesn't mean anything to you, and all you have to do is pay money, then it's really only a law against poor people.
Well, and that's what it's going to actually end up being soon, because the more this digital 1984 society we're living in is, they won't even bother stopping you or even telling you that you broke the law anymore. They just take it out of your account. They won't even send you a bill. They just take it out. They just go, we took your money. You ran the stop sign. We took your money.
Toll by plate. Just saying. Exactly.
Yeah. We don't even have to tell you broke the law. We just took your money.
We'll just send you the picture of you running the red light. That's how much you owe me.
Exactly. Not owe. We already took it.
Oh, I see.
You're not going to owe anybody
anything.
And
eventually it'll be, we'll just send you a picture of you having a dissenting thought. See that thing? You had that wrinkly thought? Yeah, we didn't like that.
Yeah.
Yep. That's where we're headed. And these guys like Scott Craig are cheering it on. I even joked to him. I said, pretty soon you're going to be standing up pledging allegiance to the United States of Palantir and Oracle. It's crazy what these people are doing. They're just handing the whole government reins over to these technocrats. Good luck with that. Anyway, all I can say is just stay armed, folks. Stay armed. Don't let them take your guns.
Absolutely.
Oh, God. Don't even let them know you have one.
Absolutely.
That's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
I don't know if
shotguns are good against drones.
That's true.
Exactly.
That's true. And we got to, have you ever seen those the things you can pull over your face now, kind of like a stocking mask, but it's got somebody else's face on it?
Yes.
Those things are perfect for if going anywhere you think that are you going to use facial recognition. Could you imagine if everybody in the crowd had a Ricky Gervais mask on or something? Everybody's the same guy or something?
We could also fix the problem if everybody would just become a juggalo. Because that face paint really also destroys the AI's ability.
I won't go as far to paint my face, but I will wear a juggalo mask. I will do that. Yeah. I'm not painting my face, though.
You just gave me a great idea for Halloween when we're playing at Johnny Brown's, yeah.
Oh, you Johnny Brown's at Halloween?
Yeah, Halloween night, yeah.
Dude, did I tell you once when I was in Furious George, we dressed up as Riverdown?
Oh, you did? How did Jimmy take that?
I don't know. I think he thought it was funny.
Yeah.
I don't care. I thought it was funny.
Oh, yeah.
George thought it was funny. Casey thought it was funny. Casey thought it was hilarious. And really, the only people who had to dress up were me and George. I mean, George wore, the sleeveless trucker hat.
Right,
and at the time, I think I don't know if I had long hair at this. I actually might have wore a wig. I think I actually wore a wig to get the long hair and then had the silly little thing hanging from the back of my base.
Right.
It was pretty funny. We had a good time. We were at the casino back then. It was a good gig. It was fun.
That's hysterical.
Yeah, we got a good gig coming up pretty soon. That'll be interesting.
I know. That'll be a lot of fun, man. Make sure
So I should mention that we got Jamie on a gig. It's my landlord's getting married. So I'm sure Jamie's going to get Rusty into being the MC. So work on your, I now pronounce you Mr. and Mr.
Who's on top?
The first thing I'm going to ask him is all right, who's making the other one an honest woman? Luckily they're pretty cool with the gay jokes, so it'll be fun. We'll have a good time. Oh, good Lord! As long as it's not. I mean, it's October 25th, so it shouldn't be too hot out.
I was going to say it should be. Yeah,
they say it's in the shade, but it's still outside. So.
You still haven't sent me the address as to where we're.
I don't know the address.
Oh,
yet.
okay.
I'll send it to you.
Oh, that's why.
Somewhere in Wellington. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where it is. It's funny. Just right before I left to come here, the girl that's a friend of theirs that does a lot of the plants around my house. She brings them all the plants. She stops me. She walks up. She goes, "Yeah, I hear you're doing the music." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm doing the music for the morning." She goes, "Yeah, well, they want me to come up and make a speech." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, we can take it. We'll give you a mic." And he goes, "No, but they want me to pick a song to dance to, and they think you got." And I'm like, okay, well, I mean, we know a lot of songs. I mean, I guess if you just want to pick one, we'll try to figure it out. And she's like, okay, well, I didn't know what you guys know, whatever. I'm like, well, I'll tell you what, pick a song. If we don't know it, bring maybe a little recording
clip of it or something. Yeah.
We can plug it in the delay. She was saying, well, I'll pick some Tom Petty or something. Like, oh, we'll know that. Yeah, we'll know any Tom Petty you could probably come up with.
Exactly.
But yeah, that should be fun. Should be fun. You want to come down for a wedding in October?
Well, maybe. Did you say the 25th?
Yeah.
Have to check and see if I can work in a podcast on that. We got a reservation on that.
What day?
What day of the
what
week
is it?
is
It's a Saturday, right?
It is. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, yes, it is. Yeah. Because I'm driving back.
Yeah.
From,
he's gonna have to. He's all. Well, it's funny. Where are you coming back from?
We're down in the Keys doing a Friday night gig.
Not Key West, which would
no.
The gay thing would be.
Yeah. That would be just too gay on top of gay.
That'd be as bad as driving over one of those rainbow crosswalks. All right, what do you think, Ram? You ready to wrap it up?
Yeah, we'll wrap it up. You want to give out the number for the hotline?
Sure. Have we gotten any calls on said hotline at all?
Not one.
Well,
Highly disappointed.
So hopefully sooner or later, when we
Yeah.
start doing this live, we can actually use said line to get people to call in.
I see.
A la the Love Doctors.
What's the
while
number? I'll
the
call it.
show's on.
What's the number?
It's 904
904
549
549
9024.
549.
There we go.
All right. Well, there you go.
And then like and subscribe and leave us some comments. I didn't even check the comments lately. Oh, did I tell you I tried to log into YouTube to make a comment and it wouldn't let me? I couldn't get in.
Yeah, you did.
I think it just asked
Can't prove you're a human or something, right?
Well, I think it just asked for like something way too personal of like a prompt, a field. I was like, I'm not telling you that. That's just, YouTube doesn't need to know that, like my birthday or something like that. Like, you don't.
Yeah, that's a little much. Yeah.
But these are the people. These are the people that run the Palantir.
Sometimes
what they want.
Sometimes I just make it up.
Well, it's funny. That, as a matter of fact, that's funny. That's what I tried to do. They wanted an email address, and I put an old fake Gmail address that I used to like send
gazillion years ago.
And apparently they must have got rid of it because it said invalid email.
Really?
So that's what happened. Yeah. Well, I mean, that was literally like
no, I understand.
20 years ago that I set it up, and I've literally not looked at it in 20 years. So it's probably got like fucking 8 million spam.
And they caught it just like that, huh?
Yeah, apparently. Well, I think they probably just canceled it. They probably got rid of it.
No, I'm saying the people that you were using that email.
Yeah. YouTube was like, no, that's no good. You can't give these people a fake, a non-working email. Ding, out of the system.
Too funny.
Crazy. All right, guys. Well, anyway, we'll see you next time when the digital realms allows.
Thanks, and we'll be unveiling our new logo and name on our next episode.
Who's calling?
So.
Oh, that's funny. Tell Suge I said hi. Yeah, new name next episode. We'll see you then.
All right, guys. Thanks.
Thanks.